I can't go to sleep. So I'm just gonna talk about what I've been thinking about. I'm worried that I won't be able to enjoy everything that I'm building, that I'm gonna build. I know, like, from moment to moment I'll be able to. I could just spend days or weeks just doing whatever I want. But I'll always think of the futures I've missed and how I'm the reason I missed them. And it makes me think that I'm just gonna enter I'm just gonna end up in a giant in like a long path of highs and lows. Just really, really low lows and momentary highs until you remember the lows. You know? It's like putting time and effort into a tournament, winning, and then remembering everything you wanted to forget right after. Only being able to at least think you're happy when you're around other people. But then when you're by yourself, you want to cut your head off. And I guess it's okay. I mean, it's either okay or it's nothing. It doesn't really matter. None of the shit matters. None of it. And that's okay. Sadly, I still want to live forever. I mean, I'm just gonna have to deal with this shit forever. You know? And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. You want to be around people, but you're constantly worried of being too much of yourself or a warped version of yourself. You think maybe the reason you try to find solutions to every little thing, at least when you're not being lazy or absorbed in your ignorance, it's really because you want to find a solution to yourself. But there are none. There are no solutions to the self. Then again, I mean, there is one, it just takes a long time to accomplish. And in the meantime, you can enjoy the highs and work through the lows. you know? And even if you had a clone of yourself, they'd feel the exact same way you do. They'd feel happy when they're around you, but want to rip out their spine when they're alone. That's okay, I guess. That's life. That's just how we are. It's our fault. It's my fault. All this shit's my fault. Give it a few 100 years and I'll be over it. I'll have my core personality traits and I'll probably sound different, move different. This will just be one of many lives as the current me, not some reincarnated version. At least not in the literal death type reincarnation. More in the sense of, I guess in a way, isekaiing yourself, pretty much. You build a universe and then put yourself inside of it so you can just live out the rest of your days and be happy. Enjoy the moments of suffering and live as yourself. Or at least who you'd want to be in a different place, a different time. That's okay. And you can't erase the parts that you feel shitty about, because then it erases you. You erase parts of yourself, even if you don't like them. If you erase them, then you're no longer who you were, who you are. And that's not okay. You still think about her. That's annoying, because you know you'll never see her again. You'll never be able to understand why. Even though you know the reason. You know why. You're an insecure little shit. But it's weird. It's not like, oh no, you still lash out, but you don't lash out physically. It's more emotionally. You put everything on someone else so that they can tell you you're okay. So that you can feel that someone wants to understand you, understand why you think the things you do, why you feel the things you do, why you're the way you are. But you only do it because you constantly forget that no one else besides yourself really cares. People can say they do, and they may even mean it in the moment. They may really, really mean it, but we all have our own thoughts. We're all judging each other silently. Some are just honest and they say their judgment out loud. Even if it's not verbally and it's just through facial expressions that they can't control. Or they say they can't control them. But it doesn't matter. None of this really matters. But it's quite paradoxical. All of it matters, if none of it matters. You know? It's okay. On the upside, you have great ideas. Granted, you're biased, but you can kinda sorta write, even though it's pretty shit. You might have some, like, high level of empathy, or maybe you just think you do, and you actually are a sociopath. And I don't mean that in, like, the edgy way, where you've gone through shit emotionally, or you just don't want to deal with emotions, so you call yourself a sociopath, thinking it's gonna solve everything. I mean it in the sense that a very immature person you once knew called you that because she couldn't handle a deep, dark secret. And then she left, saying you scared her, even though she's the one that asked, after deciding that I was the weird one because I was being too quiet. I was more quiet than normal. Oh, you're just giving short responses. What's wrong? And then you kind of allude to different versions of yourself, how you could have been way worse than you are and how you've progressed. Curiosity killed the cat. In this case, scared it away. She asks, you tell, and then she runs. Just like you try to do from yourself. But it's impossible. You know you can't. So you have to embrace all that you are. You understand why you are the way you are, but no one else does. And you risk fucking up your life any and every time you think about telling someone. Even doing this right now is going to come back later. And other humans are going to use it as justification for their perspective. And it's understandable. It's very human. and you have to choose whether you care or not. Hopefully by that point you have enough money where you don't have to care. Not in the sense that money is everything, but in the sense that if a human has fuck you money, then they can just say fuck you. Everyone has things they wish they didn't have about themselves. Everyone's done or almost done things that they wish they didn't. And it's either that or you've lived your life doing nothing and viewing yourself as a pure, righteous person, even though what you really are is a coward who did nothing. So you feel superior, thinking that you have the right to judge other people based on your cowardice living. I think I personally dislike those kind of people the most. At least villains are honest. At least they're gonna tell you they don't give a shit. But I do worry a little bit for everyone else. Because if I have enough money to not care, then what will I become? Luckily, I know my limits. I know what I will and won't do. I don't know. In a way, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. When no one cares, you can say whatever you want. And even when everyone cares, you can still say whatever you want. The difference is that all those uncaring, caring eyes look at you with judgment, deciding whether you're good or bad, whatever the fuck that means, based on their selfish standards. A lot of them not even caring to understand your perspective. A lot of them taking everything you say literal. A lot of them too naive to understand, and others too vindictive to even comprehend a vaguely peaceful world. Life is so much easier when you accept that people will call you crazy, it's so much easier when you can accept it and just live.